goddamn get it on, will ya? Woo. When I blow up now, everybody's so unusual with it. Shit. But said times in his rhymes, cause his memories. We running through New York.
Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over a device that will destroy your car. Now, many of you guys know this device will really destroy your car from a previous video I've done. But a lot of you who are new here are probably not even seen the video, probably not even aware of what this device can do. So what we're going to do is I'm going to plug it up to the car and I'm going to go over why you shouldn't use this to your car, and I'm going to show you all the options they give you, and then we're going to speak about why it's actually limited and what you can't do with it, and why I believe it should not be used on anyone's cars, be it BMW, Mercedes, Volkswagen, or any of the cars related to this device. Now, it's something I get questions about all the time. Even the owners have contacted me previous times to take the video down because obviously it's damaging their reputation and I'm revealing the truth and they don't like the truth regarding their device. But I'm going to go out and I'm going to show you a few other little things about it, and I'm going to explain more in detail regarding this device and why you shouldn't use it, so you guys get a brief understanding, as it wasn't very clear in my video when I pull it out. But today I'm going to make it as clear as possible and I'm going to show you why you shouldn't actually use this device on your BMW. So the device we got here, guys, is this right here, which is the Kali, as many of you guys will see. Now, you guys know I was sent this quite a long time ago. It is the universal adapter. Carly sent it to me hoping I was going to do a brilliant review of something that, guys already know what I think of it. I'm doing another video. This time I'm going to be screen recording it, as a lot of people said they couldn't see clearly on my, because I was recording it from the camera. So I'm therefore going to do another video today, screen recording it, and I'm going to show you why this device will actually destroy your car and why you shouldn't use it. And I'm going to go over the reasons why it actually destroys your car as well, while we're on a screen record, and what people do to actually damage their car and what Carly hasn't still fixed to this day and age. So we're going to go over and I'm going to show you what that is. So as you're seeing, there's the Kali adapter, and inside you got the universal adapter, which they put in this fancy box. I think they pay more for the bloody packaging than they do for actual making the adapter, if I'm honest with you, because they put it in this fancy packaging to try and sell it. Anyone who buys this device is probably new to coding, so that's why they get excited when they find out about this device and what it can do. It can only code the basic things and all the little gimmick features. Like I say, it's in this little box. We got the adapter, which sits right here as well, which you'll see we'll take that out, and it's right there. You know, it's a universal adapter. It works for all cars, and any car. It doesn't matter if it's BMW, VW, or Audi or Mercedes, it will work for them all. And this universal adapter plugs into any car. That's what they've made it for, instead of having to buy a specific adapter for each car. So we're going to go ahead and plug it in to the car, and I'm going to show you how it works. So the first thing you want to do is locate your OBD port, which is right here. You're just going to want to pull that open, and as you're going to see, you're going to want to pull that out, which is the tab. You're going to get your Kali adapter and you're going to stick that straight in there. As you see, it's all glowing up and lighting up properly. Next thing you're going to want to do is put your key in the ignition and put the ignition on. Make sure your auto lights ain't on either, and make sure everything's off so nothing else is draining the power while you're playing about with the adapter. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is switch you over to my phone, and I'm going to show you the app on the phone, and I'm going to screen record it so you guys get to see clearer quality. Sorry about that, the phone's going to be straight up like this. I hope you guys will be able to see it clearly, but I will pull it in the video after this clip, so you guys get to see now how we use the Kali adapter. Okay guys, so as you'll see here, we're now on the Kali app itself. Now, what you want to go to, as you'll see here, you've got all your customization, used car check, live data, mileage information. And as you'll see, I've got all the brands unlocked because this was paid by Kali for me. I'm very surprised they haven't blocked it yet. As you see, I've saved already 350 euros is showing. That's because I haven't paid for any of the features that are on here. They gave me all the features for free. What we're going to go to when you first connect the adapter is you want to go to connect. Then you're going to click connect. What this will do is pick up the adapter. So you'll be able to see the adapter, and it will pick up the adapter, read it, and as you see, it's connected. Then it will process the vehicle data. Now, let me just say to you guys before this even scans, I've already scanned this Vista yesterday. There was no codes in it. Kali has a habit for giving codes that don't even make sense. Now, as you see in the health, it says high. Used car is high as well. Mileage fraud, that's because the car's old. It's got recommended coding for the digital speedometer because they think that's a great feature, which it is and it ain't. It depends on you. Now, if we click back, we're connected to the car now. So if we go to diagnose and clear problems, so we're going to do check for issues. We're just going to run the car and check for issues on it. And see, now as you see here, it's checking all the systems.
They have updated it to now do this, where it checks all the stuff. You can reset the brake pad wear sensor and do all your other things with that, which I'm going to show you in a minute. I'm going to reset the oil change with using this because it hasn't been done, so I will do it while we're here. Because I have changed the oil regularly, as you guys know, so I have something I haven't done yet. As you see, it says it's got one issue found. Let's see what issue that is. Air conditioning, so that'll be the IHK sensor. Motor stratification rear right, which is trying to say is the blower fan at the back, which is the main thing, but everything else is green, which it should be. Now this issue is not persistent because, as I said, this doesn't come up on ISTA, and ISTA would show that. If it was one of the flaps for the heating itself, that would be a problem. And as they're saying, be careful. So when it says be careful, this issue is not critical yet, make sure it's a current and fix it early. So it's not a severe issue, as you see there. So like I said, we're just going to clear the issues now, as you see. So that's how you will scan the car. That's the first one. Be careful when scanning as well, because this has been known that when you scan the car and delete the codes, it can tear down the FRMs, especially on the E90s, and destroy the E90s. We're going to click back. Now it's asking you what you like. We'll just leave that one out. Then we're going to go to the features. Then we're going to go to coding. Then we're going to go continue to coding. Then you're going to check. It says here, please press the button on the bottom for checking. Nothing will be coded yet. Check coding possibilities. This is something a lot of people do mostly get this adapter for. It's purely for the coding options on Carly, and this is why a lot of people do target it and do want it and say that it's the greatest thing, because, you know, for beginners it is a good product, but it's also very risky because it's not genuine. It's all made via an AI. You know, when I spoke to Carly, because I speak to the CEOs, they said to me that if anyone's module is damaged, they will pay half for it. You do have to accept the disclaimer, as you'll probably see here in a minute. You will see their disclaimer saying to you that you need to accept their agreement before they let you code. Now, as you'll see here, we've got the CAS, IHK, Combi, LMA, EWAS, CSM, HUD, and KGM. Now, if we go to the Combi, and we just read out the Combi, you will do the communication quality. As you'll see here, we've got the digital speedometer, corrected speed, speed limit off and on, GPS time correction, blank information display, permanent speedometer lighting, ignition key warning, seatbelt warning, seatbelt reminder, and you can turn all this on and off. Now, if we go back and we were to go into the IHKA and read out the IHKA, as you'll see, it will do backup successfully created. And it will say save circulation settings, air conditioning, engine speed. So you'll do that off. We'll turn that one off. Blower level during automatic AC, off. Request of air conditioning, ventilation off mode. And as you'll see here, you can just do code now. It will tell you voltage below 12.5 volts. Carly only allows coding above a certain voltage. Computer voltage, turn the ignition off, take it for a short drive. On no circumstances, code while driving. So what we're going to do is click code anyway. Now it comes up the agreement. Here's where it says to you, please read this carefully before coding. Please understand that all codings are performed under your own responsibility. If the currently selected module recently has an error, or even at the errors at the moment, we strongly advise against coding the current selected module. Now, as you see here, they have updated this, because I do know that as well, because they've just put it here. Please be aware that too many customizations due to codings can overload the ECU and can put too much stress on it. In other words, it will damage the ECU. They have put that here, but I'm going to be messaging them because they haven't stated here that they're willing to pay, as what they said to me, half for the ECU if it gets damaged. This is exactly what they said to me, that they would be willing to pay money to the person if it damages their ECU or cause any kind of negligence to any module on their car. And it states right here, and they haven't put that. They're only putting that it can overload it. They need to correct that, and that's something I'm going to be emailing them about. So we're going to click agreed, and then we're going to click agreed now. Now, as it does that to the IHKA, you'll see here it will just say coding was successful. So now that's done. Now what we're going to go into is we've got the LMA, which is the light module, as you guys will see. We're going to code that, and we're just going to check that as well. Now, like I said, you want to be careful, because a lot of people will do silly things. For instance, they'll put that on, this one on, that on, that on, that on, put them all on. If they see on, they'll put them all on. everything will go on. And when it's all on, this is what will cause you to damage the module, because you're trying to code too much at one time. The Kali cannot do that. This is what NCS Expert is for. And the NCS Expert, this is why I said to you, the Genuine Software is the best when it comes to coding, because you can code whatever you like with no risk, and it can always be repaired. Once you damage it for Kali, you then need to go to the proper engineering software to be able to repair the problems on your modules. There's a lot of different things you can code on there, but if you see a lot of them are gimmicks. As you're seeing here, a lot of people, these are kind of things that people want. Angel eyes, standing lights warning, side markers on. This is something that the US has already got. It's where your indicators are already showing orange, something we can turn on here in the EU and UK, not that some people want it. High beams warning, low beams warning, turn signals, third party brake light warning. As you see here, there's a lot of different warnings as well that you can turn on and off in the LM module, and these are mostly all for the warnings, because a lot of people retrofit other bulbs and then they get the warnings. So as you guys will see here, we've got a lot of different functions. We're just going to go and try and do the service reset. So we'll click continue on that. We're going to do read service data. So we'll read the service data. It's found 7 parameters. So we'll do the engine oil, and we're going to reset the engine oil because it's not due again. So we'll just reset that. As you see in there, and it says reset failed. And this is what I mean, guys. It won't let you reset the service oil, which is quite concerning. So if we don't want to reset the brake pads because we've already done that. We're going to do the vehicle check. We'll try and reset the vehicle check. We'll see what happens there. Reset successful. So engine oil, we'll reset. We'll try and reset that again. And as you see in there, it tells you reset failed. And this is the kind of bugs it actually has in the system itself that you have to be very, very careful about when using Kali. Certain things will not work, which you need to do. You've got the knock sensor, you can use that to reset that as well. You've got the battery reset, but the one feature I don't like about this is you can't select in the CAS, for instance. It says register staying battery, register new type battery. Even if you go to register new type battery, it asks you for the battery type, but the problem is it won't store that into the CAS, and this is the problem with Kali. It won't save that into the CAS. Now on NCS Expert, you have to change it. For instance, if you've got a 95 amp battery, you want to put in 110 amp, which is about 900 cranking amps, you need to change that in the CAS itself as well to match with ISTA for registration. There's something Kali doesn't give you, and you should be in the coding section, because it is in the coding on the CAS. They should really bring that and integrate that into it so people can change their battery. But I think that Kali doesn't feel safe to integrate these kind of features into their app, because they know it's not going to work, or it's going to be detrimental to their person's car, or probably kill their car. But as you see here, guys, Kali, it's okay for what you need it for. Like I said, I would not go over the top and use this for millions of things for coding. Personally, myself, and this is just myself, I would not use this device. As you see here now, it's gone up to as well that you save 440 euros. If you click to see the details, it's trying to tell you how much it would have cost you to do all that yourself. It's saying service reset, but you couldn't even reset the oil level on it. So realistically, you haven't really saved anything there, because realistically, it didn't even do the oil mileage, the oil reset. So therefore, the device is basically useless if it can't reset the oil, which is the most thing that people do more than anything else regularly. As you'll see here, it has got a lot of other features, customization, use car check, and I will state now, this does work for Volkswagen. I've got the Volkswagen one as well, all fully unlocked, Volkswagen and Audi. I've got them all unlocked, and I've also got the Mercedes one fully unlocked as well. It has shown bits and pieces of information, but as you see, the car was clear, and I knew that. It's trying to tell me about the stratification flap on the diagnostics, but that is not an issue at all. And the Kali, I think, has got a lot of bugs. It's picking up things that shouldn't even be there. A lot of people end up with that. Like I said, it's not a device I would purely use to my car, purely because of the risk involved with it. You guys can go and use it if you please, and you can take that risk, but I'm not willing to take a risk, and that's coming from someone who can actually rebuild the modules and redo everything I need to if it did happen. Just, I don't want to go through that headache, because obviously I use my cars daily. I want to keep my cars. Apart from that, it is good for if you want to code gimmicks and you just want these little fancy little features. If you're not good with NCS Expert or engineering side, NCS Expert, it is a higher risk of stuff, but the difference is it can always be corrected. Kali can mess your module up so bad, it will need complete rebuild. With NCS Expert, you can mess up the coding, but it can all be corrected very easily because of the VO. With Kali, there is no recorrection once it's messed up. But as you see there, guys, it is an app If you guys want to go and buy it, you can, but I personally myself would not recommend anyone to go and use this on their car, purely because if you want to go professional and you want to look after your cars long term, NCS Expert and that kind of stuff, Impar, Wink FP is better for you. Also, Carly doesn't let you program, and a lot of modules, if you want to do it interchangeable modules, you cannot program with Carly. That's something I have asked them to integrate into this, but they don't want to, because they, as you guys know, there's a lot of people who are idiots who will go and brick their car. They even said the same thing to me. You'll be releasing the app to a load of idiots, and people do not know anything about programming. Therefore, they won't integrate it in their app, which I fully understand, because a lot of people, if they did that, there'd be a lot more modules blown than there is at the moment with Carly. So I fully accept what they're saying, and I agree with what they're saying, but they should integrate it, and it should only be for experienced people. Make sure you're experienced, and you should be able to tick a box. And I've said this to them a long time ago, that you need to agree by certain terms that if you brick any module during programming, they will not be held liable, and that person will be held liable. That should stop anybody and any idiots trying to just go ahead and program to think it's something cool. Programming is not something cool. I just want to make this clear to a lot of people right now. Don't think you need to get programming, because I know a lot of people, especially in the US, go tell their friends, oh, my car needs programming, my module needs programming, to act like their car is something special, or to act like they need something good on their car compared to that of a person's car. Most modules do not need reprogramming. They do not at all. If you have a problem, it does not mean your car needs programming. You've probably got a problem with a part, not a module with needs programming. A lot of you don't even understand what module it is. A lot of you are sending a message me saying about your central electronics module. There is no such thing about a central electronics module. No such thing on the BMs for a central electronics module. There's a lot of you that seem to think you need programming and it's to make you look cool. It's not a cool thing. You don't want your car being programmed. Trust me on that. That's not a good thing, and don't see it as a thing that you want to be part of that. You don't want to be part of that. I'm telling you that right now. It's very risky, and a lot of people do not give guarantee on it. If it goes down, it's all on your head. And can you afford to spend out for the repairs on it? I highly doubt you can. So don't try and act like it's a cool thing that your module needs programming, or it needs this or it needs that, because it 90% of the time does not need programming.
So there you have it, guys. I've just shown you now what device will actually destroy your car if you actually abuse the device. Now, a lot of people already aware that this device does destroy cars, and if you go on my comments on my previous Carly video, you will see that as well. A lot of people did try to code their whole car with nearly every option that was viable to them, and especially on a 7 Series, I get that a lot, because there is a lot of options and a lot of coding options on the 7 Series. That does not mean to say everyone go out and buy a 7 Series because it's going to be more fun for you. If you're struggling to find stuff for your coding, or your car doesn't have much coding, that's actually a good thing. You want that. You do not want to go out to go and get a car that requires a lot of coding or a lot of programming. Take my word on that. It's not a good thing, and it's not a cool thing either. A lot of people are under this impression that it's a cool thing to have a lot of programming and coding needed. No, it takes a lot of skills, a lot of practice, a lot of knowledge, and also it can actually damage your car. And when it damages your car, you guys come to me and expect me to help you repair that for being very stupid and thinking that you knew what you were doing to look cool, and then you end up having to put your head down in shame because you actually made a mess up, and then you want me to correct the job for you. So I hope this video is going to actually teach you something and show you that you can code certain things and actually run diagnostics with Carly, even though it ain't 100% accurate. But in the same sense, it will work for your normal stuff that you guys actually need to do. Thank you very much for watching this. BMW Dr. Dean here, and goodbye.